Good morning, YouTube. How are we doing this morning? Another day, another dollar. Another day, another dollar. Just trying to get by. Uh, be honest with you, got nothing. Got nothing. But we're gonna push on. Probably gonna be short today. Uh, got to get to a fuel stop, get that going. Trying to catch up with these loads. I don't know. It's real crazy. I'll call you later. And tell you what happened. But hey, it is what it is. Still trying to get used to. Get used to this truck. But we'll figure it out. Uh, I don't know. Like I said, normally I would be depressed or whatever, but I guess what I'm trying to do is get used to starting early in the morning again, because all this stuff in the middle of the day is totally totally screwed me up. Mentally and physically and all that stuff has totally screwed me up. I got to get back into the early morning driving, pick up this stuff early morning, and then get it done. Um, I got some stuff refunded. I bought some more tines for my aerator, but again, they're not the right size. They're actually too big, and I paid just as much for shipping as I did for the two tines that I bought. And I wasn't going to eat it this time. I was like, look, this is the wrong size. You sent me 5/8, and I was trying to order one half. So we need to figure out something. So they're gonna send me. They send me the refund, and we're gonna get that out of the way. Um, the missus continuing to clean up the house and get ready for our guests for Thanksgiving, and I'm gonna be drinking a whole lot less so I can be more festive with the family and whatever. You know, um, I'd be forgetting that my age I can't handle this stuff no more. So I'm just gonna have a few beers and that's gonna be it. I mean, honestly, um, I need to stop acting like I'm 19. I need to stop acting like I'm a 19-year-old because I'm not. you know, you know, I'm an old man and got to figure this stuff out. But we'll figure it out. It is what it is. Um, I was looking around on Marketplace. There's a lot of people, you know, they they're like some of these women, these dating women. They're delusional on what the prices they want. They're selling, and one of them is it's called a walker. It's a walker mower, which is the sit down mower. It's like a zero turn, but it's the back. It's got this dump, thing that dumps all the grass out or whatever. It's a really nice mower, but this was half the mower, and the guy wanted $700. And I'm like, yo, bro, that's freaking ridiculous. $700 for half a mower. But hey, what do I know? I mean, I would have never bought it because you got to know with stuff like that. You got to know all the wiring, got to know how much this stuff costs. And what I'm learning now is these professional mowers, they're astronomical. The prices, and I looked, and again another one was like, oh, it's missing the engine, especially on the the older Skags and the Ferris and all that. They don't make those engines no more. It's missing the engine, but you could fix it, and then they want $500-$600. You got a lawnmower without an engine. Oh, but the frame is good. Really? What am I gonna do with that crap? You know what I mean? But I know I need to stop looking. It's an addiction. I needed something to calm me down. I've had one heck of a day yesterday. But normally I'd be beating myself up, but I mean, it is what it is. I just got to get my head out my ass and continue forward, in that aspect, and we'll be fine. We'll be fine. But I can see right now, I got about a week and a half, and it's time. It's time to go home. I got to stop staying out for so long because I'm tired. You know, it's time to go home. I'm starting to get depressed. I'm starting to get frustrated. I'm starting, not be my happy-go-lucky self because I stay out too long. Because I'm like, well, we got to do this. So I got to stay out, and then stuff starts happening, and it's a hot mess. So I got to start going home, taking some days off. Um, at least one day not doing no yard work, which would be a miracle. One day not doing yard work, and then just um, and just relaxing because this stuff is stressful. Um, you know, only God knows what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? And I'm just trying to figure it out. But all right, let's go ahead and get it for whatever I got in the tank, and we'll talk about it. Um, and it seems like I'm in the thread, especially on TikTok and YouTube, for all this relationship mess. And I did it to myself, and a lot of times it's very depressing. It's so depressing that people, you know, and the main one I love is I need a man to come in and take care of me. He needs to make 500, $500,000, and then when I'm tired of him, I'm gonna divorce him and get half. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just so you just with me for money transactions and stuff like that. I don't get it. I don't understand. Um, Now, if I had something worth that I didn't want to, you know, not have to give up, I would probably do that. You have a prenup or whatever. But I'm not. That prenup doesn't define me. Um, if worst case scenario, that home, the home we live in is hers. I don't want it because if you don't want me, I don't want it. I don't want the home. I'm not. You got people. I'm in it for the love. I want to be loved and I want someone to love. Now I be forgetting that I get spoiled, rotten sometimes, and and I gotta constantly check myself. But I'm in my relationship for love, companionship, comfort, um, understanding of who I am, and in those things because I'm I'm not like other people. I need it. I need to be needed. I want to be wanted, and I want to be appreciated. And because I never was, never was. It was always a lie, because you know, once you get into situations, you find out what that person is made of. You find out, a lot of times they've got unresolved hurt, unresolved pain. I understand that, but a lot of times the true person doesn't come out for months to years, and you see how evil they can become. I remember my first wife. The I didn't realize how bad I was destroying my body. I was eating anything and everything, and boy, you know I had some. Uh, Hold on, come on, jeez Louise, I can't do it. All right, there we go. Hold on. Jeez, we'll figure it out. Sorry, guys. Well, I was eating. You know, when you don't know, you don't know. And I was eating all kind of stuff that was messing my insides up. I didn't even know that I was lactose intolerant. I didn't know it. I'm like, man, I've always got, what, and got to go to the bathroom all the time, but because I love me some cereal, love me some Captain Crunch and stuff like that, and I was tearing up my inside, and I just was eating, 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 didn't care, and a lot of times, you couldn't even hold it. I'm like, fartaceous, gaseous substances were just hovering around me wherever I was, especially at night. I'd wake up and like who did that? Oh my God, and it was me. So I started getting into burning scented candles to cover up all of this gaseous anomalies that I had. It was so bad at one point, and I mean it's not like that now, thank God. It was so bad at one point that you'd be out in public shopping at Walmart, and I'd be looking at in the bread aisle, looking at bread, and I drop a bomb, man, and people look around, they look at me, and I look at them like, what's the matter? And just keep on walking. Like, I mean, I was like the stealth farter. I would drop these gaseous, you know, um, things, and just because I was so embarrassed, you know what I mean? And I'd be, in the line of cashier, boom, drop one, boom, boom. Other people doing it on purpose. I was just dropping them, and it's embarrassed, but you would not know that mess came from me, or I mean, you would know, but they were, you couldn't prove it. And I remember I would always, that's how I got into candles, because I would buy these candles. You know what I'm saying? I would buy these candles and burn them in the house all the time, because I was embarrassed. and and I remember one time my ex-wife, my ex-wife, she would come in the room, blow out the candle, look at me like, what, mother effer, what are you gonna do? I mean, it was just, it's that foolishness, and the misunderstanding of, like, hey, man, you be farting all the time. You okay? Do we need to go to the doctor to get you checked out or something? But no, you would rather start a fight, and start battles, and start, and you have people like that, and just to be toxic. Everything had to be toxic, and I didn't realize that I wasn't eating right. Um, really bad acid reflux, was probably in pre-diabetes, high blood pressure, couldn't get my blood pressure down, taking all this medicine, and you know, my my blood pressure so high I could see my pulse through my eyeballs. That's how bad. That's how bad I was. And I, I it's it's a bad habit I have of not being observant, observant about my situation until it's almost too late. And we see in these relationships, male and or female, the entitlement. We see that you know um, one lady. And I understand your body is your body, but there's a video. One lady, I got my tubes tied, and I think it's after she had one kid and she remarried, and she knew her husband wanted to have a kid. You couldn't have this conversation. I don't have no more kids. Can we adopt, or blah blah anything? No, I had my tubes tied. That was and she's like, "What are you gonna do? You gonna leave?" I mean, just calling him out, just calling him out. Good morning, wellness. Come on. What are you gonna do? Leave? And and another one. I seen that and one lady just had a baby with her husband, had a baby by someone else, and said, "You gonna be a good father." And he looked at you, you done lost your daggone mind. It's the entitlement. You know, we have this thing, it says, for sickness and in health, in death do us part. You know, some people in other lives are talking about marriage as this contract or business agreement. If you think marriage is a contract or a business agreement, I'm sorry, we can agree to disagree, but that is the most dumbest thing I've ever seen. And that's why stuff don't work. That's why stuff don't work. Because one thing I know, I'm finally in a decent relationship that I know sometimes I know I get on my wife's last nerve, and I know sometimes I get on her last nerve. But there's no one in the world I would rather be with, even if she gets on my last nerve. There's no one else. You got these people that there was one video, the lady, she was married for 20 years and got a divorce. and is upset that her ex-husband moved on. Make this make sense. Is upset the ex-husband moved on, and now she wants him back. And I'm giving y'all these just all of these things that I see, and there's one where the lady broke up. The lady broke up with the dude, but told and keeps on calling and told him that you need to respect me and not move on, and you need to respect me and not move on. It was something real stupid like that, but she broke up with him. Do you see what I'm saying? She broke up with him. And you see, in the gist of my conversation today is, and I didn't know about love languages and stuff like that. And I learned. I'm a little thick-headed, but one of my wife's love languages, and I got to get back in the habit. I got spoiled and whatever. I don't want to do it. Blah blah blah. I work out enough mowing the lawn. Listen to me. But one of my wife's love languages is walking. If I get out there, even if I'm walk the opposite way in that park, I'm walking with her, and it's so silly because she man, she be speed walking. I'm telling you, it's like running. And I remember there's a few times I'm like, okay, you walk this way, I'm gonna walk that way, and I will walk out of sight just to show off. My fat ass would get out there and run. I would run till I was out of breath and start walking, and then run some more till I was out of breath, start walking, run some more to get almost to catch up with her on the other side, like I was, like it was no big deal. And I'd walk by her, and she smile, and we, high five, and I'm out of effing breath because I'm trying to show off that I could do this. You know what I'm saying? That I'm trying to show off I could do it. Then she'd get out of sight again, and I'd do it again. And this, it kind of happens every time we go out. But she gets excited. You can see it in her eyes and say, okay, hey, let's go walking. I'm like, well, really? Or we went with Charles, and them Charles be having military march flashbacks. This is a place over there in Douglasville. It's the fucking freaking woods. This ain't no park. And they spray paint certain trees to tell you that you're still on the path. The chupacabra be out there. But she got out there with us, and she was just tickled freaking pink. She just getting it, and I'm all the way in the back. You know, Charles had signal to his son, keep an eye on Dan. I got an eye on Norma. It's like we are a military convoy. And that's cool because look, I know y'all got my back with the chupacabra out there, but and I'm trying to film with this gimbal, and I'm pressing the button, and it's spinning and doing all this stuff, and I'm mad as heck. I can half breathe, but she loved it. And see, this is the thing where I'm talking about is the sacrifices of marriage. It's like a two-edged sword. You you wanna, but is that price too big to pay? And 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 you know what? The funny thing is, because of my friendship with Charles, he tells me stuff. And he don't think I'd be listening because a lot of times I'll buck up and like, fuck that, fuck you, fuck everybody. But I am listening because I value that friendship. I value the experience because there's no one I'd rather be with than my wife. And she don't get it. She never does. I got accused of all kind of crap, you know, YouTube stuff and everything else, which I never would do, ever, ever, because I appreciate my situation. I'm still learning after being with her for 8 years, going on 9, you know, this year. You know what I'm saying? That this the long no actually no the, actually the longest decent relationship, not a toxic relationship, longest decent, longest wonderful relationship that I've ever been in. Good morning, I bring it, and the thing is, I was like, listen, what do you mean love languages? I learned that is one of her love languages. One of her love languages is that she has to make sure, and I'm trying to diet, trying, but I don't want to hurt her feelings. I don't. A lot of times, I come on, I don't want to eat. She'll make up like she's that woman. You come home, have you eaten? No, I'm not hungry. I didn't answer the question. Have you eaten? No, I'm not. No. She's gonna make me a meal, and she knows that we're type 2, but there's carbs in it and all that. And I don't want to hurt her feelings. And I know, and like right now, I don't have a man cave. Can't technically I do. This is the garage, but I spend even in the winter. I sit out on the driveway. Sometimes I'll have a beer. Sometimes I'll just sit there. Sometimes I'll surf YouTube, and I'll sit out in the driveway, contemplate what I'm gonna do with the lawn, contemplate what I'm. But she'll feed me, and it's how she's showing me that she appreciates me, and she has actually helped me to know that I had love language. I had love language. I had never been in a relationship where I was appreciated. I was never in a relationship that someone would say thank you. I was never in a relationship where someone would constantly tell me they love me. I was never in a relationship because I laugh, we joke. I said I'm a strong 4, but she thinks, and to her I'm a 10. She says it. I'm the sexiest thing. She's, and all this. And I giggle. Yeah, yes, there. But comes right on time when I need it. It comes right on time with, my encouragement. Because, I look, I'm not, y'all act like people get on here act like they perfect. I'm a big F up, but she gives me, I don't know if it's subconscious or whatever. She's like, and it comes right on time. I don't know if I ain't said it in a while. I appreciate you, and I do it too. And I very much appreciate that. I thought, I don't need that no more, but actually I do. Actually I do. And the other thing, and it's so funny. I remember when we first moved, and I gotta fix the ceiling. I gotta fix the ceiling in the garage. 'Cause after a leak, that was one of my first DIYs, and boy, did I fuck it up. I need to put that on my fix list. But I remember when we first moved in and how empty that garage was. I don't know if y'all look at my videos, y'all can see all that stuff is in the garage and all the tools and all of the the construction equipment and all of the the bins and stuff like that. Well, I remember I was not that person, and I remember it was for a short period of time because a lot of times men we get in our egos. My wife makes more than me, and we feel bad about that and all that. Yeah, but everything she wanted, I wanted her to have because she's happy. And she wanted that house. I didn't want one. I remember I was still getting over the first house I lost, and I didn't want nothing. But then when I started seeing that stuff needed to be repaired, and stuff needed to be fixed, and stuff needed to be done, and my money situation wasn't that great at the time, and still ain't that great. She walked up to me and said, I got you a Home Depot." This was the start of my addiction. "I got you a Home Depot and a Lowe's credit card." And I remember at first, I get little things, and boy, then I just started going having at it, and spending time looking around and why I could do this, why I could do that, and not because while I could do it, it's because I wanted her home to look better and better and better, and in a sense, I wanted to be accepted. Just because I didn't make as much as she did, I still wanted her to accept me, even though she does. She did never stop doing that. She never downgraded my manhood or anything like that. I've been in relationships that, "Oh, can you sure you got enough money? You need me to help you," in a condescending way. But she never did anything like that. She always let me know, "Hey, look, we a team," and I wasn't used to that. I wasn't understanding that, but I learned to appreciate and accept that because it just made me feel so loved, so wanted, and so needed. And it's funny because I remember in a live, people like they was saying, "Well, go to Home Depot, go to Home Depot or Lowe's, you can pick up men there." I'm like, I said in live, "Nah, don't bring your ass up to Home Depot and Lowe's, because if my wife find out that women are walking around gawking or whatever and think, nah, you ain't messing up the only place that I find enjoyment in, which is Home Depot or Lowe's. Come on, Irvin. You not messing up. I'm going to the promised land. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to the promised land. You're not messing it up for me." That's why you see these videos and some woman thinking, "Oh, the men just walk by and don't help me." Nah, ninja. You need to go back in there and call them people with the vests on and say, "Hey, I need some help putting this in my car. 'Cause I'm not helping you, even though that is my nature to be helpful. I'm not helping you." And the reason behind that is my wife finds out that I went out of my way to help some big booty woman, that I went out of my way to help some big booty woman put a TV or a lawnmower in their car. You trying to get me killed? And then I lose the privilege of those credit cards, and I lose the privilege of going to Home Depot? Have you lost your natural, nappy-headed, fake eyelashes, wig mind? You feel me on this? Have you lost your mind? And I'm stupid and I'm slow, but I'm not slow to be that stupid to do something like that. Now, if I'm with my wife And she says, Darren, go help that woman. It's yes, dear. Because just like a lioness or a dragon is hoarding, a dragon is hoarding over their treasure. Good women do that too. They're like, nah, 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 nah. I see this for what it is. No, no. You might think you playing with the wrong. Oh no, yes, dear, yes, ma'am. Now I could say it, but I'm going to add to it. I ain't afraid of no man, even if I know I'm gonna get my ass whooped. I'm not afraid of no man, but I'm afraid of her. But that comes with the love that is given to me. And the same thing. It was the other, the other. I was home for a night, and I had to go buy me some sod and dirt and this and that, and I'm about to play with the lawn and try to put stuff out. So hopefully springtime it might actually work and all that. And then she asked me, could you fix this shelf? And I remember I didn't notice the text. She said, I appreciate your wonderful DIY. You're my wonderful DIY husband. She just poured it on like syrup, and I just swallowed it up like a pig. But she knew how to get me. But see, and then I'm like, nah, nah. You made that shelf buckle. It's the same thing. We had we stay out of the the closet room upstairs because she had got so much clothes. Every time I fixed the shelving, it would buckle out of the wall. And then I said, okay, I got something for your behind. And I came back. I came back with a vengeance. I promise you. I came back with a vengeance, and boy, the house would fall down before the shelving in her closet would fall down. And she was mad at me because some of the sheetrock had got on some of her clothes. I'm like, really? You gonna be mad at me for that? You know? And but and see, this is what I'm saying. It's part of the DIY in me, and I'm happy that she acknowledges that. That's my love language. And I remember because the way my house is situated, that water comes off that roof, man, and hits certain spots and ricochets and rots out pieces of windows and stuff like that. And I noticed a big rotten spot, and I was so upset. And she said, hey, and I was like, man, but she came and said, you could do that. You did the other two other the other windows. Just go to Home Depot, take the card, blah 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 blah, and do it. And I'm looking at it all funky, and I was mad. But then I'm sitting here, I'm driving to Home Depot and getting the stuff, and it dawned on me that was a seal of approval. Like you said, you my man, handle your business. You can fix that. You can fix anything. You know what I'm saying? And it was like a lot of women don't understand. It's that simple. I know you shouldn't have to do it, and it ain't for everybody. You shouldn't have to do it. But when you have learned the art of stroking a man's ego, you're gonna be a bad. They be talking about bad bitch. You're gonna be a bad bitch because you done figured out. You done figured out the holy grail, and she has learned when, because it don't work all the time. She has learned when and where and at what time to stroke my ego. And it's funny because I was so miserable, for such a long time. So miserable. So miserable. Used to cry myself to sleep, thinking nobody cared, nobody wanted me, nobody gave a flip. And, you know, the fact is, I got someone that has been through something, that has been through something and 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 understands what I need. See, guys, it isn't always about the money. It is always about what you do as I say and not as I do and stuff like that. It's not always about that. Guys, excuse me for 1 second. I gotta hit the mute button. Sorry, there's certain things that you should not have to hear on YouTube. I'm just saying. I think Tamika came in. I seen the purple. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Odom. And let's see here. As you can see, I'm waiting in line to get some fuel. Got to get some fuel. We a little low. Um, but when you find that right person, that even though they mad, they still do for you, and even though you frustrated or had got into a situation, they still do for you, even though you found you found gold, my brother. You found gold, my sister. You know those things are measured. Well, then I'm gonna try to use a big word. I don't know if I'm right. They're priceless. I'll just say that they're priceless. And we don't look at when these things are going on. We don't look at the big picture. I'm independent. I'm this. I'm that. And I'm not picking on you women. I'm picking guys. I'm independent. Everybody's a B and everybody's this. Well, everybody isn't that. And I had to catch myself because I used to say the B word all the time. She talked to me. She said, "Look, I can't have you saying, I can't have you saying that." And now even now I check myself, and I know you don't like to hear that word, but this one is a B. And and I'm like, she be laughing, she be laughing and stuff like that. But it's learning. When you learn what your spouse, you learn what your partner, you learn what they specifically need. I can't tell you what that is. I can't. Oh, good morning, Fifi Urban Homestead and Lifestyle. Everybody starting to get these long names like me, man. I might have to add to my name. But guess what? People be remembering it, you know. And I'm gonna be working on that. I gotta get I'm scared to talk about getting a T-shirt done. All the drama that caused me. Nah, it's okay. Nah, it's okay. I get I get the short can't stop, and that's cool because now I have digital friends. We don't know each other from a hill of beans, but we check each other out. We talk, we laugh. I be driving, I be flapping off at the gums and hitting the alarm, and he about to yell, and everybody be cracking up, and there'd be so many side conversations that I'd be like, man, I gotta go back and see what was said and blah blah blah, because I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm saying, but I'm having fun doing it, and I'm appreciating it because I live such a life. Like I was the black Charlie Brown, that cloud over my head. Such a life of despair that when you finally find someone that gives a bejesus about you, you got to double check yourself and say, "Hey, am I ready for this? Is this gonna be okay? Is this gonna be? Is this gonna be the thing that I need?" And that's why I believe in the Almighty, because no one could have put this together. And you say, "Oh, don't talk down about yourself." No, no, I was a hot mess. Let's keep it 100. I was a hot boo boo mess, and there's no other way to explain it. You know what I'm saying? That's why when a lot of times you hear me go off, on a tangent, man. I'm having a flashback, and I gotta catch myself. I'll be like, I'm talking about somebody else. I act like they done did it to me. And I'm like, well, why am I mad? Because it was done to me. It was done to me. And I'm reliving stuff. And then that's why we make a joke about it when I hit the alarm and people are going, what the heck? And, but it's something that we figured out together that make it fun and not be a burden or something like that. Hold on 1 second. What the heck? Hold on 1 second. Let me get this in there. 13363. 13363. I might get a little loud out here, guys. Let's see. That's and alrighty. Get tractor and F. E A N A. Okay, and C A enter. Sorry about this, guys. I gotta get it now. Do I want it in advance? Nope. I want to keep my money this one around. Okay. get this fuel going, and we can talk a little bit more. Cause we about to shut it down anyway. This part of it used to be real scary. Now I remember when I first started, surrounded by all these trucks and all this other stuff. Ready? I usually don't want to fuel in the midst of or whatever, but I mean, it's a part of what I'm going through. So again, I apologize. Hey, hey, Odin, take it easy, buddy. Yeah, have a blessed day. But I'm sitting here and be a little warm, and we're gonna go ahead and close it down. Um, like I said, I've been trying to move away from these relationship talks, but sometimes you got to have something with some positivity. Everybody isn't everybody isn't self-centered. Everybody isn't self-righteous. Doesn't everybody doesn't think their stuff don't stink. I mean, there's some good people out there. Some folks, you know, if you can talk to your loved one, let them know you appreciate them today. You know what I mean? A lot of times we forget and we don't say nothing, but let them know that we appreciate. Let them know you appreciate them. Let them know that you give a flip. Let them know that you care because life's too short. You don't know if you're going to be around, you know, to, you don't know if you're going to be around. Each day is a gift. Each moment is a gift. Each second, each millisecond is a gift. And we just don't, we forget that. And when you're blessed to have someone, when you're blessed to have family, when you're blessed to have a mother, you're blessed to have a father. My mother and father are gone. They were assholes, but they were still my mother and father. I miss them. Do you see what I'm saying? Because I spent most of my life trying to show them that I'm not a piece of shit. I could be something. I could be somebody. And I remember I had the talk right before my father passed. I said, I understand you worry about our kids because a lot of my brothers and sisters are pieces of crap. I said, but Daddy, you don't have to worry about me. I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be fine. I'm going to keep on. I make mistakes. I've been making a whole lot of them. So keep me up in your prayers. I make mistakes, but I'm a good man, and I'm trying. I'm trying to do better, trying to be better. Trying to be that person that God has meant me to be. We forget the simple stuff. Let me see something here. I'm really bad at window cleaning, but I, I said might as well clean it a little bit. Might as well clean it a little bit. Let's see here. Oh, hold on. But the thing about driving a truck, you have to do a 30-minute break in between your drive time. A lot of these guys will sit in this fuel aisle and do that 30-minute break here and clog up the system and not understanding that, you're getting in other people's way, and, it's taking even longer for people to fuel, for the truckers to fuel up and get all that stuff out of the way. Let's see here. Wow, that was kind of low. I'm almost done. But guys, I'm gonna go ahead and close this out. I just want to thank you for coming in. Thank you for hearing me out and listening to me today. And as always, just know that each and every one of you is greatly appreciated. Each and every one that comes in on the remix, just thank you for lending your ear. You didn't have to come back. You didn't have to listen to me, but with my mumbo jumbo. And as always, if you don't think nobody, by the way, Wellness with Frugal Mama is up next, so hit her up. And as always, if you don't think nobody loves you, know that I love you and God loves you too. Y'all have a blessed day. See you tomorrow.